Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. We are back for part 2 of the door rail piece. I know I did my first video mostly on the short one. I meant to kind of just do it on both because they really are interchangeable. I got so many awesome comments about that video, and I learned so much that I have regained my love for this piece. I did purchase some more door rails. I learned a few new techniques, and I got a lot more to share with you in this video. So I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy. I got a lot of cool content here for you. One thing I did want to share, one of my first exposures to this piece, as a kid, I had the Lego soccer stadium. And the stadium had scoreboards on it that were built just like this. It was 2 door rail pieces, 1x8, with these little handles in the middle. And what they gave you was these. And these are the original ones. I still have them. They're old, they're yellowed, but these would just slide in. There's a super cool way to put a score up. Just like that. So just thought of that. What a cool application for this piece. So thought I'd share that with you. Another really cool use for this piece is as a door stopper. So this is a trap door. These came in the Lego Adventures series, the Egypt ones. And these trap doors need something to stop it. And door rails work perfect for that. If you put a full tile, it takes up a large portion of the opening. But these door rails, and you can just do a real little one if you want, just like that in the corner. But otherwise, this piece swings freely. So it needs a stopper on it. And what a cool application. You could do a couple of them in the corner if you wanted, like this. Really lots of different ways you could apply that. But just a nice little trick for if you're using trap doors like that. Now, when I made the first video, I don't know how. I mean, when I put these together, they're more as a learning experience. So I'm trying to learn as I go. There's so many Lego pieces out there, I can't possibly remember all of them and all their applications. And I forgot about this guy. And the comments were exploding about this piece. And I apologize. I don't own a lot of these, or at least I didn't. I went out and bought some more. You'll see that in my next video. But this is a super handy piece, and it works beautifully with the door rail. Let me explain. So here I've got a couple door rails just sandwiched in between some plate, and these will slide seamlessly in here. I know they use this in a lot of applications and a lot of official sets. The door rail piece does not actually touch the back of the inside. It has a little bit of leeway top to bottom. There's a good view there for you. But allows it to slide really freely in there. You know, a lot of official Lego sets will take 2 of these like this to make a moving element. And they'll have door rails like this that'll slide in and out. So you can use this for a lot of cool play features and things that need to slide. I also, if you watch my videos, I've been doing some stuff on Lego stud reversal, and this piece would work great for that. You know, you could put this in upside down. Imagine this has studs on it, and do a stud reversal with it. So that's kind of cool. In playing around with this technique, I also found another piece that fits really well in this, and actually I think is more useful for this. And that is the 1x3 double jumper. And the reason I think it works even better, one, it's a little bit tighter fit. So if you don't want as much motion, it's got a little bit more friction on it because it does go all the way to the inside. I think this would be a better application for stud reversal. But 2, you can make it narrower. With door rails, this is as narrow as you can make it unless you stagger them. With jumpers, if you use single jumpers, you can make this 1 wide. Just like that. But either way, pretty cool application of the part. A couple of other cool techniques here. I totally forgot about doors that go up. So here I made a little mock-up. This would be awesome in like a sci-fi base. This kind of reminds me of like a Hoth type setup here. And basically just use door rails so that you have a panel that can move smoothly upward. And here I just have some plates and tiles. I just make a little channel with 2 door rails, and it goes down. You can put a little door stopper on there if you want. But I don't build with this technique really at all because I don't do sci-fi stuff so much. But I could see if you were a sci-fi person, this would be really handy. And you could do this with tile as well, but using the door rail, you get more space in the door because they don't take up an entire tile width on each side. So I think that's a really cool application. I think that turned out really nice. Another one that a lot of people mentioned in the comments, and I believe I saw this on Bevan's Bricks, although I don't know if he is the first one to do it, is the steering wheel method, where you use the door rails, hang a steering wheel on there, make a door out of brick. And that's a pretty cool barn door there that rolls really nicely along that door rail. I think it's super clever. I really like the technique there. One thing I don't love how thick this door is. A whole brick wide for a door I think is a little excessive, but I can definitely appreciate the genius of that setup, and I can definitely see wanting to work that into a mock just because of how cool that motion is. So that was fun to make as well. One thing that was suggested in the comments, and I've been trying to work out but haven't found a good way to do it just because of the math of it, is the skate wheel or the dolly wheel, these little guys. Somebody mentioned these would work well in the door rail, and the thickness is perfect. It lines up really nicely in there. A little bit of movement so you can have some ability to move. The problem is the dimensions of this piece are terrible. If you look at this, it's not quite 2 studs wide, so I could not find the appropriate spacing to get this to work. I tried a few different methods, but it just didn't work out right. But if you know how to do that, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see if someone could figure out how to make that work, because the spacing just doesn't work out right when you start putting it in actual applications. A couple of other really interesting techniques people mentioned in the comments. This one here, somebody pointed out in a set that they used door rails to overlap a double jumper, just like this. And you can do it on 1 or 2 sides, but the benefit to this is if you need to lock that double jumper in and still have access to that stud, not a lot of pieces will allow you to do that, but this, you could still attach a piece in the middle here while having that locked. So that was pretty cool. I never thought of that application, so decided to add that in here because it could probably be useful in the future. Somebody also mentioned when I showed this little display piece here that thickness, Lego does make parts that'll fit in there, and they're correct. Unfortunately, they're not the most useful parts. They had several pieces like this. This is the top hinge plate, and yeah, thickness-wise, that's pretty accurate. I mean, it might just be a coincidence, I don't know, but that does fit in there. Now, I don't know any practical application for this, but I think this is more a testament to the math of the piece and showing how it fits in the Lego system, because that is still kind of a mystery with this piece. And I've had a lot of people mention, and I think they may be correct, that, you know, it was a part that was created originally as an 8 long for door rails. So it didn't really mathematically have to fit in the system that well. And that makes sense, but I know Lego is more clever than that. And I know that almost everything they do is super well thought out and mathematically sound. Another viewer mentioned a really interesting technique, and it took me a while to figure out what they were saying, but they said that if you take a door rail and lay it next to a normal plate, I know there's another door rail, but we're going to use the plate side, that the distance between these 2 studs is the diagonal distance of a 2x2 plate. So I actually put together some with studs on it so we can test it, and they are absolutely correct. This is a perfect fit. You can see there's really no gap there. You don't see this much, if at all, where parts fit perfectly at a 45-degree angle like that. And usually when you see something turned like that, it's just connected by 1 stud either in the middle or top or bottom. But that fits. And again, I don't know a lot of practical applications for this, but this has to say something about the math of this part. I can't get my head around the fact that this could just be an arbitrary size and it just happens to work. I think Lego knows more than I do about this, and things like this show that there was, I think, more thought put into this than just make a door rail. Who cares what the size is? Because Lego usually doesn't work like that. Well, I hope you guys found this stuff interesting. I love making these videos. I'm having so much fun with these. I'm learning so much, which is really my favorite part of all of this. And I hope you guys are too. Your feedback is really what's fueling this. If you guys like this channel, please like, please subscribe. It's the best way to support these videos I'm doing. And I will try to keep the content coming as best as I can. For now, that's all I've got, and we will see you next time.